Next thing you know, you're abducted. The aliens stick a non-medical rectal probe up your ass, and they're real pissed off at you because.
Wait, so if it's non-medical,
it's just torture. I'm just talking about torture. Yeah.
Does that mean it's recreational?
Recreational anal. Well, for them,
recreational anal probe.
That whole family is so
Alright, speaking of which, welcome to the Trailer Park Boys Fan Federation podcast. I'm Morgan Rector, and my co-host Raymond Hazen is...
Sorry, I just fucking totally drew a blank there.
You have no titles and honorifics for yourself this week?
Oh, here we go. I had them written down. Oh yeah, what's up, fuckers? You know who this is. I'm the cause that, I'm the one causing your reaction because I'm the main attraction. I'm Ray Hazen Jr.
Raised in California this week. I want to get a talk box someday. That's how you make that electronic voice sound. Well, maybe maybe you can do it with software now. Like I think most music making software, you've got a function where you can make your voice sound like it's a robot voice. GarageBand has that. You must have it. What is it? Do you have Pro Tools or what is it?
Yeah, I got Pro Tools and GarageBand on the computer, but yeah, I got Pro Tools.
Yeah, so you can do all kinds of stuff with your voice and.
Yeah, I need to get in there. It's going to be really cool. Down the road, I have a sound design class that we're going to get into where you learn how to, like, make sounds and all that shit. You know, like, where they use fucking multiple different things, like the sound of someone smushing a grapefruit with, like, some crackers crunching to make it sound like someone walking in a swamp or something. You know, I don't know what they do. But... So that's going to be fun, and hopefully we'll get into some of that type of stuff. Oh, wait, I should wait for you. I'm fucking ready to smoke.
You could be like a Foley artist, because actually a lot of the long hours of editing sometimes are actually spent just adjusting the sound. That can take forever to do. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's better than it used to be, but I hired a guy to edit for me years ago, and he said he had to charge me all these hours just because he was like balancing out the sound. So
I mean, it can take a while, but you got to be careful too because they could be trying to hustle you a little bit also. So
yeah,
it's good to know who you're dealing with, right?
Well, like when you start out in editing, like when you start making a living at it, they're probably going to get you to do that kind of stuff. You know, the real grunt where you're spending hours just going over details, frame by frame, and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So without further ado, it's time for us to take our sacrament. So. Drum roll. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Let's rock, huh?
Drum roll will be added in post-production.
Right. It's almost like we're out of practice, bro.
I'm just doing the pre-rolls from now on. That's all I buy. Because I still haven't mastered the fine art of rolling joints. Like I never figured out how to roll a coner. It seems like it shouldn't be hard to do, but I never figured it out.
It's all about the angle. You just kind of roll it with an angle, you know what I'm saying? But what you need to do I tried telling you that's what I was gonna get you for your birthday or for Christmas, but just never ended up happening. But you need to get a roller, or if you're not gonna get a roller, they actually have already rolled cone papers. That all you do is you just they're just open on the top at the fat end, and you just put the weed inside and pack it down a little bit, and they're already rolled cones, and they're just the paper. Freaking.
Speaking of plates, actually, Trailer Park Boys has a new product out. Well, I mean, they're sponsors, or I should say, they're endorsers of it. It's an endorsement deal, but I think it said hemp cigarettes. So they're doing a new product like that. So the Trailer Park Boys, Trailer Park Buds, I guess, never really took off. But so I guess they decided just to endorse somebody else's product and get their beaks wet. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, here on another note, but it is weed related. Did you see that Steve Urkel has released a strain of weed?
For real? Yeah.
Yes, Jaleel White. Yeah, Steve Urkel. It's called Purple Urkel.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's a
Funny.
picture. There's a picture. I think I might have shared it on my Facebook. So check it out on there. If not, I'll grab it on here. But anyway, he was out promoting it at this like weed place convention or whatever with Snoop Dogg. So there's a picture of Snoop Dogg and Steve Urkel like showing their fucking strains of weed sitting there. It's great. All right, hold on. There you go, Morg. Check these out, bud. Here comes a little picture for you. That's the Raw brand. I don't know if you know about the rolling paper brand Raw.
Yeah, I've used those. Yeah.
Okay, those are cones. You just fill them.
Oh, I see that.
You know, the top's open, and you literally just grind up,
Yeah, right.
and just drop it in there.
Awesome.
They work great.
So I'm at SwearNet. I'm gonna go to the store and see if they have those products there.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember if it was through the store or if it was Backstreet. Well, BackstreetMerch.com is the store. I'm trying to remember where I saw it though. But there was a Trailer Park Boys dab pen, and I need to get a new one of those at some point, and I think I want that one.
Well, I saw the ad for these cigarettes on Instagram, so that's where I know about it from. But it doesn't seem to be on the Swear Night website. Maybe the company that makes prefers to sell it through their website. Let me see here.
Have you juice or anything, dude? I don't. What the shit, bro? So I'm trying to get my son to read a little more because apparently his reading level is much lower than it should be, and that's one of the irritating things. His mom just kind of, she's I don't want to say she's never tried because she has, but she kind of like has given up with things because he's, he argues with her a bit. He's a teenager and doesn't get along with his mom as much as he does with his dad, so he argues with her more, and I get all that. But it's like she's just letting him sit around on his phone on TikTok and shit all the time, which is really annoying. But anyway, so when I found out about his reading level, I said, well, screw that. We're going to the library to get some books. So even old Scoop Dad here picked up a couple books while I was there. And I got this one. I didn't even know this was a book, bro. I know it's a movie. Most of us out there know this movie. And it's one of the greatest, man. Stanley Kubrick. Let's see here. Will it show up? Oh, it's not gonna let me use it. Let me if I get closer.
What is it? Oh yeah, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, the novel, Arthur C. Clarke.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even realize it was a book. What an idiot, right? There's actually 4 of them. Did you know that?
Yeah, he did write a series of them.
Yeah. 2001. Then there's the 2010 Space Travesty, which they also made a movie. Then there's a 2062. I don't remember what that's called. And then there's 3001, The Last Odyssey.
Yeah.
And
Final Odyssey. Yeah.
so I actually started reading this the other day, dude. Got a couple chapters in. Picked up a couple books for my boy. He's gonna read. I grabbed a couple more for myself too.
I would
But
want to say if he doesn't end up reading those books, I find people who don't like to read enjoy Stephen King's books. That's what I
yeah,
find. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like it was in high school when it was book report time. I remember like so many kids in my class would make a beeline for the Stephen King rack in the library. And I knew these people didn't read under ordinary circumstances. Or,
Yeah, they. I mean, King makes his books are all right. You know, they're cool. They're cool little stories. They're trippy.
yeah.
I've read a lot. You know, I mean, as we know, I've been locked up quite a bit, and so in there you read a lot. And I'll tell you right now, probably the two best books I've ever read, and I've read a lot of books, are Robert McCammon's Swan Song, and Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth. And those are just amazing books. Well, while I was there, I went to go because my son's sitting there and we're joking. He's like, "Well, Dad, how long have these books got to be?" And I'm like, "I don't know how long they got to be. It's got to be a book, son, just a book, not a fucking We're not getting pamphlets down here. We're not getting leaflets. You know what I'm saying? You know?"
Well, I guess then if it's Stephen King, don't give him the stand or fucking
Right, right.
It.
I was like, pop-up book doesn't count. All right, son, you're 15, and so he's like, well, you know, what a couple. I'm like a couple hundred pages at least. You know, at least 300 pages. I'll count that as a book. Okay, 200 pages, 300, 250, 300. All right, I'll count that as a book. All right, even though it's kind of lame, but it's a book. 350 is a decent sized book. It's an okay book. All right, and then I was explaining to him how like Swan Song and Pillars of the Earth are both like The Stand. They're over 1,000-page books. And so I was telling him, and I was like, yeah, I've read those. Took me about a week to read them. But when you're locked up, you don't have really much else to do. So I read all the time. It would take me much longer than that now to read a book of that, girth. But anyway, as we go there, I go to show him. I was like, let's see if we can find Pillars of the Earth. I'll show you this book. Well, I couldn't find it. But I actually found the sequel, Ken Follett, World Without End. Look at this thing, bro. So 1,096 or something like that. It's just so beefy. I doubt I'll finish. I doubt I'll read this before I leave, but I grabbed it anyway just in case because I have to return them before I fly back home.
Is Drake? Does he ever like drive amusement or fascination with stories that are like really fucked up? Does he like stuff like that, like disturbing things?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he likes sci-fi and weirdo stuff too, paranormal shit.
Book like Chuck Palahniuk, he wrote Fight Club, and it's a book of short stories, so he can take it a little bit at a time, and it's called Haunted. It's just some of the most fucked up, imaginable stories, just like of people getting like injured in disturbing ways and shit.
Man,
it's really entertaining. Yeah, Chuck Palahniuk's pretty brilliant, actually. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to read in books like The Phantom Toll Booth.
Okay.
Fucking, I tried to sway him to Harry Potter. I was like, Harry Potter is an easy read, but they're good little stories. And he's like, yeah, I don't like Harry Potter. He's like, I don't even like the movies. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I've never met a little kid that said that. He's like, yeah, I just couldn't get into that. But he likes, shit like that. I mean, what is he? Honestly, he likes true. He likes. I wouldn't say true crime as much. It's like he used to watch like what was it? PD Live or Live PD. It's kind of like Cops.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Cops. Right.
Yeah, and it was just like they follow cops around and arresting people and shit. He used to watch that. We used to watch a little bit of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
There's this Latino comic did a really funny joke about cops. He goes, yeah, I watch Cops whenever I want to see my relatives get arrested in their underwear. Notice that? Like, half the criminals are in the fucking undies when they get arrested.
Yeah.
White bears,
Well, it's because they only catch you when you're slipping. They never catch you when you're on your game, When you're suited and booted and fucking moving, they ain't catching you, bud. They catch you when you're sitting at the old lady's house with your fucking, thumb up your butt watching fucking Seinfeld eating popcorn,
In order to be a career criminal, you basically have to be comfortable with taking risks, or else you can't do it.
Yeah.
You won't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So so some of them take the risk of being sloppy, I guess, So I guess that.
Yeah. And if you want to stay, not busted, yeah, you got to stay moving. You can't be in one place too long. Never fucking, you don't pee in your own pool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Don't do shit where you live. Fucking scope things out. The more technology, the easier it's going to be for you to get busted. Meaning, if they got a lot of cameras, you're probably getting caught.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you have to be careful where you sell it, because in some neighborhoods there's like a gang or a network of drug dealers that have marked that territory, and if you sell there, I guess they'll maybe, if you're lucky, they'll warn you first. They'll just say, this is our hood, get the fuck out, and it would be wise to leave. Or else smoked.
Are you taking notes, kids? This is how you,
Yeah.
this is how you do it all right? Just write it all down.
Well, hey, if you're going to go into a life of crime, you really should do your homework.
That's right.
Whatever crime,
I'll tell you right now. I used to get away with all kinds of stuff. I only ever got busted when a chick was involved.
Like I see on Trailer Park Boys, it's con college, right? You learn more about how to do crime.
Yeah. Everyone in there has like the big dirty. Oh yeah, everyone.
That's a real thing, is it?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily called the big dirty, but everyone's always talking about
the big score. Yeah.
Yeah, the big score. Like, if I'm gonna do one, this is what I would do. You know what I'm saying? This is how we don't sit around and talk about.
The guy's laying out the plan for how he's going to go right back there, basically.
Well, once again, with all due respect, I love women. Trust me, you guys are like, I love chicks. Don't get me wrong, but just don't include them in the crime, because you're gonna get busted if they're there. I mean, unless she's like a straight up like G.I. Jane hitter chick, dude. Like a straight up killer bitch.
My friend Krista was. She was involved in crime for a living, and she was tough. Like, she didn't fuck anything up, partly because of her, they were making $30,000 a week selling crack.
Nice.
So
I mean, I want to kind of circle back on what I said a little bit. I've known some chicks that are rider, like, you can, yes, dude. Fucking do, if you're gonna do a crime, that's who you want in the car with you.
Male or female, you got to be tough.
Yeah.
Crime for a living, yeah.
But there are a few that have been involved in certain situations that I'm just like, why is this bitch even here?
It's interesting, because in the last act of Goodfellas, the babysitter fucked up everything, right?
Everything.
On the phone, everything. And all that shit.
Yeah.
So you're
all because of her fucking lucky hat, you know?
The lucky hat, and talking about flying, and I think she might even have talked about taking the coke with her on the flight, and the police were monitoring the calls. Yeah,
dude. Even when I was a young kid watching that for like the first time and shit, first couple times, man, I sat there, and even then I was like, Ray, what are you doing, bro? This chick knows way too much, dude. Like, what are you doing? It's not even the fact that it's not even like she really meant to do anything. She just can't not talk, you know?
And I think women have a harder time keeping secrets than men.
For sure.
They might say to you, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell Susan, but it's okay. Susan's my best friend. I know I can trust her. She would never tell anybody." But Susan has a friend like that, and so on and so forth. You know, there are guys who work for the government who have access to classified information, and they're not allowed to tell their wives about the government secrets, and they don't, because they know their wife will eventually get to the point where she can't stand it anymore, and she'll have to tell someone. If you've seen the fucking aliens, she's gonna. Eventually, 5,000 women are gonna know about. So.
Yeah, dude. You'll be sitting there in bed one day, look at your Facebook, and all of a sudden you'll be like, "Honey, how does Cheryl know about the fucking aliens?" She'd be like, "I don't know. I didn't tell her." Well, who'd you tell? Rachel, you know.
Next thing you know, you're abducted. The aliens stick a non-medical rectal probe up your ass, and they're real pissed off at you because.
Wait, so if it's non-medical,
it's just torture. I'm just talking about torture. Yeah.
Does that mean it's recreational?
recreational anal. Well, for
A
them, yeah.
recreational anal probe.
Like if you're an angry, vindictive person, that any kind of torture of the person who made you angry is pleasurable. I guess you say that's probably a very sensual experience for them. You know,
Right.
getting
Right.
revenge.
That's a perfect segue into something that I realized I didn't really realize. When I was still in Missouri with my buddy Derek, the guy I live with now, we were cruising down the road one day and we were talking, and I don't know how we got, but we all know how conversations are with me. They go fucking really weird places sometimes. And somehow we got in the conversation of anal piercings. Like I was wondering, like, is that and so I looked at it. Did you know that anal, like butthole piercings are a thing? Like some
I
people have done it.
I didn't, but I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised at all, but I couldn't, like, I'm like, serious? That just sounds like, I don't know, that just sounds like it would be horrible. Like, could you imagine trying to keep that shit clean?
Yeah, no way.
Because
Like,
especially right after you get it pierced, because you got to
well,
keep it.
it would have to be like a real gold or real silver, because if it's something that could deteriorate, then I don't know, maybe they could get a disease from it or something. It
True.
could just, yeah, it has absolutely solid carat gold. I don't, you know.
But when you first get a piercing, where it goes through to where it comes out is open flesh inside
Yeah,
that hole. So you're supposed to keep it clean despite the metal, just from contaminants. Well, your butthole is like contaminant fucking expressway.
yeah, yeah. I know you'd have to take baths instead of showers.
Oh my god, dude.
So
Like
yeah.
I'd just be afraid of packing up in that hole.
Well, you can fucking pierce anything. I don't think there's
Yeah,
one part of the body you
that's
couldn't pierce.
that's one of the things that when I was looking into it and reading about, they talked about it. Like since the dawn of time, man has been sticking needles through things, and I mean, and now that I think about it, look back, like yeah, you're right. Like I've seen like there's dick piercings, ball piercings, vagina piercings, hood piercings. Fucking, I seen a guy have right through his whole freaking calf muscle, it like went in between the muscles, uh, and from one side to the other, but it fucking was just this like big fucking bar right through his leg. And then I've seen all this shit down here, like under the skin, the back, fucking neck piercings and shit. Not like through the neck. I don't think I've ever seen that. But like little clips in the skin and shit, dude. I mean, I myself had a few. I had my eyebrow pierced twice here, and I had like my ears pierced a couple times. I always wanted to do this right here, but I never did it. And now I'm just too fucking old, and I don't know. I think it would look kind of funny for a 40-year-old just go out and pierce his lip. And besides, like, I don't even know if that's even a thing. Like, if it's in, not that now that if it was out, that would make me want to do it even more. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the reason that made me not do it, was because I never really liked doing the shit that everybody else was doing. I guess. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if there's ever been guys who've like had tattoos of their muscles on top of their skin, like as they actually appear underneath the skin, like the sinew and everything. Would that
That'd
be
be
badass?
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I've seen ones where it's like the skin ripping open, and
Oh,
you
yeah,
see like and you see like machinery and shit underneath. That's badass. I've seen those
yeah,
for
that
sure.
is.
Um, and then I want to say I've seen, like insides, like muscular work. But maybe I haven't. That might work. You should do it more. I think you should do your whole head like Bam Bam Bigelow with the
Oh, yeah.
flame.
The whole flame tattoo.
Whole flame thing, bro. That's the shit.
Surely
Uh,
somebody has had a tattoo on their face to look like their skull. That must have been done before, I'm
like
sure.
an actual skull.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. It's got to have. I imagine.
yeah.
Here, let me see. Skull face tattoo.
That must
See,
be done.
real life skull face tattoo.
Are some pictures that match?
Yeah, totally. Oh, dude, that's actually wicked. Well, here you go, Morg. This guy right here, bro. Like from about here, I'm actually gonna save this into my phone right now so I have it. Download image. Is this real or is this a drawing? No, that's him right there. It's just okay. That might be an illustration, but right here's a real life picture of the guy. That's only his head, but I'll save that also.
Oh, I
And
see.
we'll put them together. Yeah. He's got like from right here up, you can see the brain. From here down, it's the skull with dark around the eyes and the nose, and like he's got the cheeks tattooed dark, so and then like just the teeth, so it's as if there's no cheek or lips at all. And then you go down the whole thing. The whole neck is done. You can see like his vertebrae in there and all the tendons and
Damn, that shit's hardcore.
yeah, dude. Here's a picture of him, a real life picture of him from the side too. Oh, I think this is him, like before, because he's got the just the teeth done, just the eyes done, and the nose.
He's,
He doesn't
he's got
doesn't
the
have any.
biohazard symbol on his
Right,
chest, right?
yeah, right in the center of his chest. Yeah, that's him for sure.
Wow. This guy's body is an art gallery.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's cool as shit, but I don't know if I'd want to be like look like that, like because that's forever every day. I mean, that'd be cool ass paint for like a show or a party or something, you know. But yeah, I don't know if I could rock that forever. I don't know, my man. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? There's some weird fucking tattoo face guys, man. But yeah, Morgan, what do you think, bro? You want to get like your fucking? You want to get your butt pierced? We'll do it. We'll,
Not
we'll
gonna
do
get
we'll do it on the show. We'll make an episode out of it, a special.
Yeah.
Morgan gets his fuck. Here, what about like your butt cheek?
Yeah, people could probably do that. But the thing is, when you sit down, it's going to kind of hurt, isn't it?
Of course. And I always it is funny every time I say that. Like, okay, you could grab some skin and probably do it, but I always picture someone going like through the whole butt cheek, like so like a hoop like this big
Oh, yeah.
through one butt cheek.
Uh,
Oh, fuck, that'd be hilarious, man. Oh,
One thing about
anyway.
that, the muscle sinew tattoos, though, you'd have to be in shape because otherwise, if you're overweight and have those tattoos, it's just the clash of principles there. It's just not going to work. It's not going to go over at all.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Now, yeah, oh yeah, and having a face tattoo, I think it's safe to say if you don't want to fit into mainstream society, go and do that because if you do, that's going to make it impossible. You know what I mean? Like I think that's probably the only edgy tattoo at this point in history. I mean, besides a swastika, getting a tattoo on your face just because it kind of tells the world that yeah, you're a square peg. Not that there's anything wrong with being a square peg, but it seems like that's the reality. So,
I used to think about getting just like a big middle finger like this.
on your face.
But that'd be great. Like if I ever got to the point where I was just gonna be fuck society, fuck everybody, I'm done with it all. I'm gonna move into the woods, become a hermit, and shoot at people who trespass in my forest. I'm then I would go out and maybe even the thumb sticking out. It's like I don't know. Like I don't know, dude. Would you hang out with me if I had that morgue still?
Well, yeah, but I don't know how many other people would.
You're like, yeah, but I'm not gonna bring you over to introduce you to mom or nothing, you asshole.
Have you seen this guy who he has joints for eyebrows?
No.
Huge pothead. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he had just shaved his eyebrows off and had joints tattooed, and those became the eyebrows.
That
The
is
caption
excellent.
said, the caption said, if you don't have joints for eyebrows, are you even a stoner? I think there might have been like a cannabis plant tattoo on his forehead too. So yeah, he was pretty. Some people live it, man. Day and night, they're just stoned, and they don't want to live any other way. And I'll ruin my life if I do that. But some people are good at it, you know.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, man. They can drive, they can do housework, they can cook, they can do all these things, and they can
Wait,
do
who?
it.
People with joints tattooed for eyebrows?
Well, I just meant like people who have made weed into a lifestyle where it's just like they're just stoned every waking moment, and but they've gotten to
Oh,
a
yeah.
point
Well, that's.
they can
Oh, I'm
function
sorry.
on it. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say the exact same thing. Yeah, totally. That's just like me, bro. Like I've been partying and burning it. Like that's what I do from the moment I wake up till I go to bed, and it's normal. It
Yeah.
helps me function.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
see, that's true. Actually, I even heard of an MMA fighter who smokes weed before the match.
Yeah, Nick and Nate Diaz both do. There's a bunch of others. There's actually a MMA tournament where the prize is a pound, like a big old bag of weed. I don't know if it's a pound, but it's a
Oh
big
yeah.
bag of weed. And all the combatants, all the participants, they smoke before their matches with the person that they're about to have the match with. And it's kind of a way, I guess, to just kind of commune or whatever. I don't really know, but it just seems cool. I was watching a thing about it a little while ago, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I guess. See, maybe a lot of fighters actually feel fear on the outside. They would never admit it. That's possible, right? So maybe smoking weed helps with that as well, so that the anxiety doesn't become overwhelming. Or also, if they become genuinely enraged, it could control the rage, so they don't do something that they're going to regret, like really injuring the other person. So maybe it is useful in that way.
Well, yeah, because you can't just like kill the guy you're in the ring with. I think you get disqualified if you do that.
Well, there's also this
I'm pretty.
some of them
Go
do
ahead.
this thing where like sometimes the bell will ring and like the guy keeps kicking,
Ding
punching.
ding.
Yeah, that happens. I think that happens quite a lot, and they can't stop it either. They've tried to prevent it. It's considered to be in bad form, but there are dudes who do it. They just get worked up.
Dirty sucker punching.
Oh, fuck, man. I know exactly what I want. A fucking Western Star. Sorry. I'm sorry I gotta do this. It's only gonna take a few minutes, though.
Hey,
You're a good man, right? You're my dad, right? You're my dad?
Yeah, oh fuck, man, come on. I'm gonna be
I
good,
feel bad.
buddy.
I understand. You wanna give me one shot?
No, fuck, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Come on, seriously. Bygones. Fucking, you're sucking me, buddy. Come on, man. What's with that?
Mammer jammers. Mammary gland.
Well, I kind of have this theory that physical fights, are like sex, not in the sense of having pleasure or anything like that, or emotional, like romantic.
Borg, I didn't
Yeah.
know you were such a sadist, my man.
No. I just meant, but it's like it's a dark form of intimacy where both of you decided you're going to hurt each other, and you're making someone feel extremes of emotion, and you're just locked into this world. All of a sudden, time completely stops. You're in that world, and that's a powerful thing, and you're sharing that with another person. It's just
No,
really bad, but
I bet you there's something to that because it's not it's a very common phenomenon. It's not uncommon for you to actually become friends with someone you've fought. Like, people who get combative with each other. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, if there's actual hatred, actual disgust, and shit goes on, like, and shit drags out and people keep yeah, of course, there's no friendship. But every now and then, sometimes you might just get in a fight with someone because something just happens at the instant, so you guys are fighting, and next thing you know, you guys are cool. It's like me and that UFC fighter guy that I fought when I was in prison. Yeah, he beat me up. He was a UFC fighter guy. I'm not afraid of it. He beat me up, But like, we were okay before that, and then we had a little drunk situation, and so we got him up, and after that, like, we were really cool. Like, he because he respected me, I respected it. It was one of those, and we realized, like, we were just fighting over bullshit. So it wasn't that serious,
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I guess if it's more serious, so if some guy bangs your old lady or something, like, yeah, you're not gonna be friends with him after you fight. Maybe someday down the road, if she leaves him too because she banged somebody else, and you both go, yeah, fuck that dirty bitch. But other than that, I mean, but it does happen. It's not uncommon for people to fight, and then they become friends afterwards. And it's like, yeah, dude, you're exerting energy, your effort, fighting, sweat, blood. Like a lot of these fighters that you watch that are combative for sport. Sure, there's this guy or that guy they don't like, but for the most part, they have respect for everyone that they fight. So there's something to that. It's not like they hate all of them hate each other. Although Andre the Giant kind of did hate almost everybody.
That is true. He hated Big John Studd because he stepped over the top rope, and Andre the Giant been doing that for a while. And the other guy hated Macho Man Randy Savage because he's
like, hey, that's my move.
And Iron Sheik, he hated him because he was also a big mouth.
Yeah,
so, he hated those guys. That's what that was half of Macho Man Randy Savage's career was just spent going, oh yeah, just in these monologues.
Listen here, brother. Let me tell you something. And then Hogan would come in. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
I was never clear on was Randy Savage was he a heel? Because it seemed like that was kind of vague.
Yes. Well, I think Macho Man was like Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? They're in the same category of kind of like the Punisher. They're anti-heroes. You get what I'm saying? Like kind of like well, Daredevil's more of a vigilante. He's not so much an anti-hero because Daredevil follows the rules. Where Punisher will murder people. Deadpool would be an anti-hero. He's kind of a bad guy, but he does it for the right reasons. That's the way Macho Man and Ric Flair. They were like that. They're bad guys. Like Ric Flair, dirtiest player in the game. He'll cheat you right now. He don't give a shit. Poke you right in the eye. As soon as that ref turns around, he's poking you in the eye and punching you in the nuts. I don't care. Fucking love Ric Flair, dude. Woo!
Woo! I'm the best there is. Woo! 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 Bright lights, big cities, pretty ladies, nature boy.
I'll bet Elizabeth had a good time sack with Randy Savage. A guy of that intense, that masculine, and he could probably
Could you imagine being
fucking smoke?
Oh yeah. But could you imagine being the chick that was getting plowed by the Ultimate Warrior?
Oh yeah, him too. He was also really intense.
Oh, dude, that dude was insane. Dun, 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 dun. You just come down like fucking. I don't know. I don't know if that dude was just coked out or methed out or I mean, he was definitely on some coke or so he had to have been on some sort of uppers, caffeine pills, something. Because, I mean, I got winded just doing that right there just now. So I couldn't imagine doing it for the next 35 minutes.
Well,
running around.
Andre the Giant sure got a lot of pussy, man, because every woman, no matter how tall they were, they felt tiny in his presence. Tall, dark stranger, right? So.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, I mean, as long as you're rich and famous.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you don't even have to really be rich because it's not like they were super rich back then, you know.
I don't think so. Hulk Hogan must have gotten pretty rich, but
I mean, I would imagine by the late 80s, yeah, they were probably pulling in decent money, you know, but prior to that, they probably weren't getting more than, you know, teacher wage. Maybe a little more in teachers, maybe close to $100,000, you know, 150 maybe.
Jesse Ventura had to sue them to get money that they owed him for, you know, using his likeness, footage of him, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they didn't pay them residuals or anything, you know. So I think maybe they just got like a yearly salary or something like that.
Yeah.
But Hulk Hogan was the only. I mean, he did more branding than anybody else. He had fucking breakfast cereal and shit like that. So yeah, he must have made a lot of dough, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Vince McMahon kind of screwed a lot of them, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he screwed Bret Hart.
Yeah, he's a snake.
Yeah, he is. Donald Trump kicked his ass.
Yeah. That's the funny thing. He's always been portrayed in their little dramas as a scumbag and an asshole, and he really was, apparently.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what they say: play what you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
You know? And then it comes natural to you. So
it's like method acting, you know.
For sure.
He lived it.
So did you see that I released my I guess you would consider it like my second short film because my documentary from when I moved that I guess that counts as a short film, my short documentary Leaving on a Jet Plane. But I released my first dramatical short film. Did you watch it, Morg? I think you did,
I
right?
saw it. Yeah.
Isolation. It wasn't too bad, huh? It came out all right. I definitely need to work on my color isolation techniques. So, you know, it's hard. There used to be an effect in Premiere Pro called color or leave color, and you literally could just drag the effect onto the timeline, onto the clip, and then you go into its settings. There's an eyedropper. You click the eyedropper, then you can drag the eyedropper to anywhere on the screen and click it, and that color will get left, and everything else goes black and white. And that's what they used in Sin City and some more shit. But since then, and since, you know, just a couple years ago, in the last couple versions of Premiere Pro, they've deemed that effect obsolete, so they've removed it. So I watched the trailer or the how-to on how to do it, got all hyped up, got all excited, had this in my mind, and then I go to do it, and this effect's nowhere to be found. So I keep searching. I can't. Luckily, I mean, not luckily, but then I eventually found out that that's what happened. So they've removed it, so it's obsolete. So I found this other way to do it with this other effect, the lumetri color, and it controls all colors. So basically, you drag that onto it, and then you got your color wheel, your contrast, your hue, your gamma, your all that. It's all in there, right? All kinds of presets, different things. Well, anyway, you can go down to there's other settings down below for hue versus hue, hue versus saturation, hue, all this stuff. We can go into your hue versus hue, and it's got a color eyedropper picker thing. And if you pick that and click on colors, it'll put little dots on a straight line, and the straight line is your color spectrum, and the color that, the more up it is, the brighter it is, and all the way down. Let me rephrase that. The more saturated it is, all the way down is desaturated, so it'll be black and white. So when you click on the colors, it puts the dot in this little line, and then you can add points around it and drag them down to desaturate all other colors, right? But it's it's hard to get it right, because you'll start desaturating this, but then you'll see the red start going away, so then you'll want to raise it up a little bit, but then it becomes too red, or something that's not really red, but I guess it has red somewhere in it. It'll start showing up, you know what I'm saying? So if you watch it, that's why part of my arms are in color and part of them aren't, because it's just I guess certain spots have a reddish tint to them, and so it was harder to get certain spots in my arm to go out, to desaturate than others, or to get I was trying to get all the blood, the blood would be all over the hands or the counter, and certain spots on the counter went black and white while other spots would stay in color, just depending on how much color of the red was in that particular spot. So it's a rough little thing, but I mean, I did all right for my first time fiddling with it, and it was cool because my instructor didn't even know how to do any of this stuff. So him and I learned it and figured it out together, which was pretty fun, because my instructor's been doing this for decades, and he's a smart dude, knows his stuff. And he's like, you know what? Shoot, I've never actually even done that on any project I've ever worked on. Where you leave, you know what I'm saying? Where you get rid of all the color, and just the T-shirt would be in color, like a red T-shirt. And
that's cool.
Yeah, well, if you watch it, you see I did that with the blood. Everything's in black and white, but the blood's in color in my short film. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So, but it's hard. Like I was just explaining, it's hard to do, But yeah, my instructor had no clue how to do that either. So it was cool, him learning, we both learned that little technique with the lumetri color together. And it made me realize, Morgan, that I really want to do an old gangster movie, like an old detective story, like a 1920s period piece, like a Dick Tracy type shit, but just maybe, not so comic bookish, a little more realistic, with the hats and the coats and the black and white, the hood with the headlights and the fog and the voiceovers that are it was a dark and humid night, Tommy Two Guns didn't know what was coming his way, but man, he was gonna find out, shit like that, dude. And then it's just some gangster shit happens, and then a detective or a couple detectives have to figure out what happened and solve the case. Good old fashioned film noir period piece.
Yeah.
I want to do one of those so bad now. I had such fun editing that in a black and white. I don't know, it was just so fun. And the black and white, I don't know, there's something about it. If you get rid of the color even and use just the black and white, it looks so crisp.
And adjust when you adjust the contrast so that the blacks are deeper.
Yeah.
The whites are brighter. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of that look.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a trip. It's just it looks so clean, that black and white. It looks so clean. And it looks cool. So I definitely want to do that. So I think that's something I'm going to work on. I want to start working on a script, I think. But if I'm going to do it, it's not, I keep, in my mind, I want to write it like a novel, like I would, because, that's how I write from creative writing classes, but that's not how you write a script, and that's not how you do it. And so I got to be like, oh yeah, don't write it like I'm telling a story, just key points and dialogue, and then you let the storyboard build the rest of the story, and then you shoot it that way. That's how you make a fucking script. But yeah, so I don't know. We're gonna work on that.
I wonder if people would respond favorably to a modern day adaptation of Sherlock Holmes, where yeah, it's stated, it's set, 2022, and of course he doesn't dress like with that hat. Of course he's a modern guy, but yeah, just set it modern day, and he uses like DNA and all that kind of shit.
You don't think he'd have to wear some sort of hat?
Well, maybe a fedora.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, fedora, or how about? Oh no, I know, Morgan. One of them, because they're relatively modern too. I used to rock one a little while ago. I'd rock one right now. But the beanies with the little bills on them. You know what I'm saying? Those little, the little.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Here, if not, I'll show you. I'll shoot you a picture real quick. Fucking. Let's take that one.
Well, I think it looks a lot like the hats that people wear when they play cricket. They wear a hat, and it's kind of shaped like that.
With the brim, beanie with brim. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Watch this. Little screenshotty. Boom. And it could even, I mean, it doesn't have to be plaid or anything, but I think he rocked. Well, actually, his wasn't really plaid. It was like a gray plaid, I think, something like that. There we go. Check this out. Incoming. Boom. You could rock something like this.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I guess
Right?
you can make them look hip,
Yeah, right.
So,
I don't know. I don't know. But
hell,
I don't know. I think he'd have to wear some sort of hat. I think he would.
or make cast like Samuel L. Jackson. He's got like a black Kango on. He's like a cool badass detective. That'd be pretty cool. Got you, motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, I see Sam Jackson playing the police chief, dude.
Yeah, he'd also be a good.
Because I'm telling you, he'd be great. Because when you go into the office and he's cussing you out because you fucked shit up, like a Riggs and Murtaugh situation, you tell me Sam Jackson wouldn't have been the best police chief to cuss out the cops. Like, you stupid motherfuckers.
Or like in internal affairs or something like that.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, but I had a really good time doing that, and so now I've fully decided that doing short films and short film festivals and short film circuit is something I'm aspiring to move towards here now. Sure.
There's one effect that I'm curious about where, so like I've seen this thing in documentaries where they take like a news broadcast, a clip from a news broadcast, and you know how the news is shot. It's like probably like 60 frames per minute. It's not they don't make it look like a film. It's not 24 frames. So yeah, so they'll take that clip and they'll shoot. I don't know. They go through some kind of photographic process to make it look like it was shot the same way everything else in the film was shot. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can just change the frame rate at any time.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. And honestly, directors use it all the time. Like a lot of movies are shot at a lot higher frame rate, and like it. They use it also when you want to do slow downs, slow motion, or speed up process. So if you wanted to make a slow motion, you shoot it at a higher frame rate. Then that way, when you slow it way down, it's real crisp and clean because you're getting a lot more pictures per in that second. Instead of 24 frames, you're getting, 120 frames per second, in that little, so you're getting, or 250 or whatever. So it's a real crisp, clean movement. Or if you want to speed it up, you get, you turn your frame rate down, get some smaller, and then when you speed that up, there's a whole bunch of them jammed into that. You get what I'm saying? And it's me moving all the way across the room is now jammed into that same 24 frames because there was less frames taken at first. Then you calibrate it. So I mean, yeah, that's all that is. You can adjust the frame rate, and things are shot in different frame rates all the time. So like Premiere Pro, all you got to do is when you go into the settings in the edit, preferences, and set frame rate, and then you can pick from 24 frames, 60 frames, freaking My camera, actually, the camera that they sent me will straight up do that too. I can change that from there's a 30 frames per second to 60 frames, 120.
Yeah, I used to have a camera that shot at 30 frames per minute, but I really like 24 frames per minute. I just like that.
Per second.
Yeah, per second. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
like that
And then it
cinematic
goes down.
sheen. Yeah. But I guess, but I mean, I suppose you have to spend a lot more money to get a camera like that. That's
Yeah.
up, has all the circuitry. Because it's like, like the cameras they use for the 6 o'clock news, they're fucking gigantic. Like they have to put them on these huge tripods, and it's like,
Yeah. We were learning about cameras a little while ago and all the different types. And there are a bunch of different types and stands, man, tons. And I mean, depending on what you're doing, depending on what style you're shooting, and the resolution you want to shoot it in, determines which of these types of cameras you want to use. Like, I mean, if we're doing little home movies and little episodes and podcasting, like one of these cameras like I got works just fine. But if you want to do some like actual, and we could shoot a movie. We can easily shoot a movie on one of these things, But they got those what are they called, shoulder cams, where it mounts onto the shoulder, and they got the ones that connect to the hip, so it's more of a center of gravity. So those are better for fluid motion. They got the ones that you can connect onto, like, it's called a crane, and it's the ones that do the big sweeping motions,
Right.
and like all kinds of shit, dude. And yeah, dude, someday we'll get some of that stuff more. One day we're gonna shoot a movie more. We're gonna shoot a couple movies, you and me.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot your fart movie. Definitely doing that, buddy. Definitely doing that. That's probably gonna be the first production we do, because you've already got a script started. So you'll probably get that done before.
I'm gonna make this major change where instead of his nemesis being an Indian guy, he's an Italian guy from Brooklyn, and this is like his little catchphrase: "You think you can fuck me?"
All right, that works. I mean, I was gonna say, what we don't want the Indian guy, and you're missing out on the curry. The curry's gonna be great. That's right. But then again, we don't want people thinking that you're trying to say that the Indian guys are the bad, the brown guys are the bad guys.
No.
So
yeah, that's right. They might get that.
Right. You know what you can do? Maybe you can make another character who is an Indian guy, and he can be the guy that comes in like third or something, like the runner-up, second place. Like he's there, kind of just like a comic relief kind of funny guy. I'm not. There's tons of it's all comedy, but no, you know what? Save the Indian guy for the sequels when he has to go to the world tournaments,
internationals. Yes,
internationals, buddy. Boom, there we go.
They're held in India.
Yes.
He's the greatest farter.
Right, yeah, he's India's greatest farter.
That's a good idea.
I can't think of any Indian names.
It would be hard to get a distributor for it, so I think like I would just release it online, like either start up a website where it can be downloaded, or maybe make it available to like iTunes or something like that. Advertise the shit out of it. And
yeah, dude, and then we just sell it for like $2 or $5 or something,
Yeah, $5, and I don't know, save 5 million people see the movie. You're making crazy money,
Oh, for sure, sure, dude, for sure. And then we take that and we invest a good portion of that into the freaking detective story we're gonna make, and we really make some money. And we charge like $10 for that piece because it'll have an actual budget.
Yeah, see, I always think like if I struck oil on property I own, became a billionaire, I wouldn't be spending money on on having 50 mansions and a fleet of sports cars and a yacht the size of the Love Boat and all that kind of shit. Well, maybe I would, but what would be more important to me would be like if I get an idea for a movie, I can make it. And I don't care if it turns a profit or not. I have more than enough money to last me. If I want to make a TV series, I just go and do it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Especially since you know, we've got the abilities and skills and tools to do it all, you know,
And
realistically, you
it's
know.
getting cheaper and cheaper to make movies. So
Mm-hmm.
if you get people who are willing either to work on a voluntary basis or for scale minimum wage in the industry, that's a big help too. You know.
Well, see, here's something I thought too, like especially when it comes to like actors and things like that. You go for students, man, because all students want is experience and notoriety and you know, and then you can let them know at the same time, hey, if this ends up making money at a film festival or something, you get X percentage of what comes in, and everyone
Yeah.
gets a little percentage of it, right? Boom, boom. But for the most part, you get to have the experience and get your name out there. Your name will be in it. You'll be, and then you're helping us at the same time. And then you know, once again, and I bet you anything, film students, lighting students, stage hand students, students in general, acting students, I bet you they jump on that. You know, that's something that my instructor and I were talking about. He's like, no, when you're first starting out like that, talk to students, man, because students, all they want to do is get their name out there. And to be in a part, as long as you're not, it's not like a really shitty part, you know, but as long as to have a part and, you know, and then just if we make money, you know, you get 2% or whatever it is, you know, you make sure you whatever. And then, of course, you know, we Barry done it and rake in the rest. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, and here's the thing too, More. You got to remember, now that I'm over there in Missouri, I'm only 14 hours from you right now, and so it's like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
there's nothing saying that in the future, in the next couple years, you and me and some friends couldn't, you know, all be pitching in together to get some sort of like little fucking cabin somewhere for like 2 weeks and film a movie.
Yeah. Totally.
You know, there's
Like the
nothing
place,
stopping that.
like the place in your background there. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, actually, I just came up with an idea tonight while we were talking. I was still paying attention to you. Don't get me wrong, but so it's about a guy and a girl. They start dating. They a little while, but then the girl starts acting really crazy. Like one day he's talking about how he has to go on like a business trip and she can't go, and she starts fucking freaking out because she's like psycho possessive, and
Like
so
a psycho girlfriend, like a misery type thing.
yeah, and so
Okay.
yeah, he breaks up with her. He doesn't want her in his life, but she starts stalking him anyway, and it become a really disturbing psychological thriller where she's
Yeah.
like, I had an idea where he's taking night school class, and she just comes in the middle of the fucking class, starts screaming at him, like shit like that.
And then fucking shits on his desk.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
No, no.
yeah, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
shithead, yeah,
No, you wouldn't want to do that because if we're going psychological crazy thriller, we want to leave the comedy out of it. Just intense shit. Yeah,
yeah. You could make a very low budget movie with that idea.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, on location.
Yeah, that's all you would need was location, a couple actors, a couple parts. You could probably get away with, if you did a real short film. You could probably get away with just the boy, the man and the woman. Maybe grab like 3 or 4 other people for just the night class scene. You know, other than that, it could just be them in the car, them at the house. You know, maybe do a grocery store scene. You know, where she makes a big scene in the grocery store, and you would need a cashier, maybe a bagger, and then like 2 people in line behind them, and that's all you'd need. You know, you could add a few others if you wanted. So, and none of them would even have to have lines. They could just look at each other and be like, and shit. And then but that's all like the leading up. Like, she's not even like full on psycho. Like, she has, towards the end, she's pulling knives out on him, fucking coming at him. Like all kinds of shit. Yeah.
In the grocery store, she'd be throwing like, I guess, jars of pasta sauce,
right?
Yeah.
Screaming.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's really just a woman who just goes totally psycho because this guy breaks up with her, and it takes it to the most extreme dark place
yeah.
imaginable.
Kind
Like,
of like that movie Fear with Mark Wahlberg. You remember that one?
yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, yeah. Where he started dating that girl, and then remember he fingers her on the fucking roller coaster, and then the dad, she breaks up with him, or the dad makes her break up or something, and I can't remember how bad it. I mean, that movie came out a long time ago, but I swear he like either does or tries to kill the parents, and like he tries to kill her. Like it's
Uh,
crazy. But yeah,
yeah,
something like that. That'd
yeah.
be
This
killer.
like it's kind of like Fatal Attraction, but I'm thinking even worse than what she did. Though that was some pretty fucked up shit. But yeah, just and the thing is about it. Actually, it's looking at the trailer in your background gave me the idea too, because it's like the guy lives in something like that, and she ends up ambushing him and trapping him inside. And once she gets inside, it's like that's when things get really, really bad because she has him trapped and she's gonna like try and kill him. And maybe she kills like the girl he's currently dating.
Hey, what if it's even a step further? Like right inside there is like a trap door that goes to like a hole in the ground that's got like it's just like I don't know, just like a little cage under like in a hole like underneath that, so she can lock him down in there. And so like even if someone came over to the trailer and knocked on the door, right, he's fucking down there. In
Yeah.
like kind of like Buffalo Bill, like Silence of the Lambs status, but inside the trailer.
She uses the hole as a latrine. She like pisses on him,
Yeah, yeah, dude, that would be fucked up. She
spit spit
yeah,
on him. Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. Throws all kinds of things down there. Bugs, like she'll go and fucking catch spiders outside and drop them on them. Fucking snakes, drop snakes down in there. And dude, she's not feeding them, so he's literally like killing the snakes with his bare hands, and the rats and shit, and he's eating them like raw. Ugh.
like a homeless guy in New York City.
Right? Right? Uh and then ooh, it's getting way sick now, bro. Someone catches on. Someone's like hip to the game. So wants to like investigate, because right, there's got to be the protagonist that comes to try to stop this, right? Like there's got to be.
Yeah.
She kills them, right?
Oh
and,
yeah.
but to dispose of the body, right, she cuts him up and then like puts him in bags in the fridge or whatever, and then just drops chunks down into the hole. So he eats them
Yeah.
because he's starving. So she feeds him the pieces, like arm, leg, foot of the person she just killed, trying to hide the fact that she's got the boyfriend in the hole.
Yeah.
Right? It could be the cop. So then the one detective disappears. It doesn't even have to be the main detective. It could be like the partner, right? She kills the partner, and so then the main detective realizes, fuck, the partner was probably right because they were trying telling them or something, right? So then they got to go and then that might be how they eventually bust her or whatever. But yeah, dude, she fucking loses her shit, slowly building up, then loses her shit. He breaks up with her. She ends up kidnapping him, putting him in the hole, and just fucking starving, like pissing on him. Yeah, bugs, all kinds of shit. And then eventually kills the one cop. That's a good idea. And then you always got to figure out, how do you want this to end? Does she die? Do the cops kill her in a fucking rage or something? Or does she actually get busted and get locked up, and have to go to a nut house or something for a while? That's always where you got to play. I try to be open on where, like something like that. I would want to be open and flexible on how I would let that end,
Yeah.
and just kind of let the story unfold as we're filming it. You know what I'm saying?
Because she goes up to his home a few times and like screams at night, insults and shit, and
Yeah, all prior to kidnapping and stuff. Yeah,
and he
yeah.
ends up his nickname for her because of doing that is Cujo. You know what I'm saying? Like banging on the window too and shit. You know.
Kind of like the reverse of John Cusack with the fucking boombox.
Oh yeah.
You know, she's out there holding up songs like "I Want to Kill You." You know, fucking Bloodhound Gang. I hope you die.
Or Deicide or
right
or something.
Right. Fucking Marilyn Manson's like, "Would you kill for me?" Oh, that'd be great, dude.
There's this really great song by Slayer called "Exile," and part of the chorus is "Madness is coming your way." So that'd be a good one too. You know what I'm saying? Madness is coming your way.
That would. I mean, there's a whole bunch that I'm probably not even thinking about. I mean, of course there is, dude. There's so many good metal songs that would be great for it. Fucking.
I mean, maybe it could be like a dark comedy too. I mean, that would be a really fucking dark film. But
yeah, I mean, there wouldn't be nothing wrong with throwing in some dark humor, the kind of stuff that you know that like you don't really laugh at, but you kind of go, you know.
I love that kind of humor.
Yeah, me too. You're like, oh, that's not even funny. Oh, that's not even funny. Oh, that's not even funny. You know.
Have you ever listened to the comedy of Anthony Jeselnik?
I don't know.
His materials is just like that. It's really super dark.
Yeah.
Like one of the jokes is, you know, those stories about someone who lost their virginity to the hot babysitter. I was the babysitter. Another one was, there's a lot of bad jobs out there. For instance, my uncle is working at a summer camp for kids who are about to be molested.
That's not funny, dude.
That's fucking dark as shit.
Oh man, dude.
So, if I had the money, maybe I'd even hire him to punch up the script, add some dark jokes to it.
Yeah, you know, we could always get some writers to help pitch into that for sure.
Oh, here's another idea. So she goes by the hole, puts a chair down, and she's got like a huge stack of like like Playgirl magazines, and she picks everyone up, and she's like talking about how the ex-boyfriend has like an average sized dick and these guys have huge dicks, and she's like, wow, I love big dicks, look at this. Keeps doing it until there's like a huge pile of magazines on top of him.
He's just laying there, it's just fucking covered in dick.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's when one of his buddies walks in and is like, what the fuck is going on in here, you know? Bro, why are you covered in dick? And, you know, here's the thing. Okay, so I've been thinking about it. If we had her get arrested and locked up and not murdered, because, I mean, people might hate it if we kill the chick, even if she's crazy, because she's a girl, right? But, which I don't know. I'm cool with killing her. I really don't care. But if she lives and goes on, we can have her come back. We have sequel opportunity.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
This could be like the new Friday the 13th or Halloween series. We could have like 7, 8, or 9 psycho ex-girlfriend movies where she just keeps coming back.
Killing people on the way.
Yeah.
Also, maybe she could be like bisexual and she's stalking like a married couple at the same time, stalking both of the man and the woman, and she ends up like forcing herself into their lives and becoming like a second mother to their children, and just
yeah, that could be like part 4 or part 5 after she's already gone after, because I can picture keep coming after, like 2 years later she gets out, or 5 years later she gets out and she goes after him again, you know. I keep picturing that. But you're right, at some point he's out of the picture for some reason. He died, or she's just moved on, and now it becomes like a hand that rocks the cradle type situation. She's like the nanny, you know, and it's the same. They just don't know that she's been psycho ex-girlfriend 1 through 4 already. You know what I'm saying? And so they hire this chick who lied and didn't let her know that she spent like 4 years in the mental hospital, since fucking part 1 to part 2 or whatever, or part 2 to part 3. That's what it'll be, part 3, because part 1, then part 2, she'll go after him one more time, so it'll be scary. She'll get locked back up. She'll do a couple more years. And then when she gets out, he's like disappeared and she has no idea. So she fucking finds a couple, and then she moves in and becomes like the live-in nanny. And then she's like psychologically playing both of them, and then fucking gets them like fighting with each other and shit because she loves the chaos, so she enjoys it. And then pretty soon, eventually, she's got them like chained up somewhere. We don't need to go with the whole idea again because we just did that in the first movie, right? So it's but she's got them like in the attic or something, or fucking out back in the shed, and then assumes the role of the mother, like not that she thinks, like tries to convince the child that she's the mother, but like, oh, mom and dad or they went on a trip or whatever, and I'm watching you, or something like that. They'll be back later, but realistically they're fucking chained up somewhere around the house, and she's like abusing and doing weird, pulling out fingernails and shit, who knows what, doing weird things to them, sodomizing them with broom handles or something. Who knows, bro? We can get really crazy with it. You want to do? We can get fucking really crazy with this.
Oh yeah.
While all at the same time, she's playing house with the kid downstairs.
Wow.
And then maybe that's where she gets killed. That'd be in part 3. She get killed. We totally skipped what would happen in part 2. But, I mean, some more of the same shit. Or maybe it is part 2. I don't know. But it's more of the same shit. I think part 2, she goes after the guy one more time.
And I picture she has a particular kind of appearance. She's got, like, jet black hair with, like, pale skin. She's like a badass alt chick with, like, tattoos. She's, like, there's like, a dark, malevolent appearance. And, okay, maybe not the tattoos and stuff, but she's got a black... She's like Veronica Lodge in the Archie comics, but
so like Sandra D meets Elvira,
that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it, bud.
And she was about to say about her. She's really good at like satisfying men sexually. She's got that hooked up. She's really good at it. And I also have these ideas like, whenever she finds out somebody wants something, she'll grant them a favor, but they have to do something for her in return. And it ends up being really fucked up things instead of just giving her money. Like, so she, for instance, she wants this locksmith to help her break into a house where she knows someone has a safe full of like millions of dollars in jewelry and shit. So what she does is the locksmith wants to have sex with this woman, and so that woman, her son needs like a kidney transplant, or he's going to die, and bone marrow transplant, and so the girl, the subject of our story, she ends up donating that bone marrow. Her bone marrow is a match, and she tells the woman, "I'm going to save your son's life, but you have to have sex with this locksmith." And he's totally unappealing to this woman, but she has to do it. You know what I mean? And she won't. And the protagonist, she won't take money from anyone. They have to do all. She's really into power, like forcing people to do things that they hate in most cases. Like the locksmith's putting himself at risk of getting caught and going to jail, which he does because she doesn't go in the house with him. So yeah, she's pretty
conniving. Definitely, bro. I see a lot here. So that basically means you and I got what? I think like 7 or 8 movies planned out. We got the fart movies are going to be a trilogy. I've already told you that. Yeah, we're doing a trilogy, bud. Your first one where he's in the national championships, then he's got to go to the internationals, and he faces the Indian guy. Then, just to be completely off the wall and out of here, we'll do our space adventure where he somehow gets like abducted and taken to the intergalactic fart wars because his epic world victory over the Indian Abu Dhabi fucking Budai, guy. has reached the furthest ends of the galaxy, and so he's been cordially invited to the intergalactic fart fucking space competition, and so we'll have him farting with some aliens. So just be really crazy, off the wall. We'll need like a sheet or a green wall so we can green screen it, so we can make it look like we're inside spaceships and all kinds of shit, dude. And I can do all that. I know how to do the green screen trick and all that, man. So it'll be fucking awesome. Like, we'll do it. And then so that, there we go. Then we got the crazy woman that's a trilogy for sure. We got her going after the boyfriend in 1. We got her getting out and going after the boyfriend in 2. And then we got her going after the married couple in 3. Perfect. Okay. And then we got the detective story we can do. And you know what? At some point, I would like to do a longer remastered version of Isolation. I think that would be really cool. You know, with more backstory, more of him like at his house, locked in alone, with the TV actually on, freaking pacing around, you know, breaking things. You're actually watching him going a little bit insane for like 10 or 15 minutes before you get to, you know, the culmination of how it ends.
Oh, I have an idea for that. The movie is about that woman. For an idea for a title, Black Mamba. What do you think of that? Very, very venomous snake. Like, I think it's one of the ones that'll fucking kill you if it bites you. And also an idea for the scene where the woman has sex with the locksmith. So she goes in, she sees what the guy looks like. She comes back out and pleads with his woman, Black Mamba, saying, "Look, I'll give you money. I'll give you $20,000 if I don't have to do this." But Black Mamba says no, and she pulls out a knife and like doesn't stab her, just kind of presses it in her fucking like cheek for a moment and says, Get the fuck back in there, bitch." Like, she's really fucking hardcore. She's evil. She's an evil woman. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. She totally cuts a guy's nutsack off.
She would, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, how about she at a couple different times she fucks somebody and kills them and like robs them.
Oh,
she uses sex to get him like alone somewhere in a hotel room or like out behind the dumpster where no one can see. And as she's banging them or blowing them or something, oh, that's when she cuts the nutsack off. She'll be blowing them, and then she just pulls a knife out and like, and then the guy drops down and she's like in his throat or something and takes his wallet and his car keys and leaves. And that's how she gets the car. Something like that, dude. Yeah, bro.
Did you know it's possible to break your dick? It can be broken.
No. I knew somebody that happened to. It was an older guy that was like my mom's, an older dude in town. He was screwing. Well, the rumor is, and I've heard it from him too. He had a chick bent over the kitchen table, and he was slamming, and he just pulled out a little too far, and when he jammed forward, it didn't go back in. It just went right under her and hit the corner, like hit the edge of the table, and just like went kink. And just the fucking tore the muscle. I mean, it's not really a break; it's a tear of the muscle, and like it fucking, but it kinked it and snapped it over like that. And so it was like fucking. He had to go in and have it like re-straightened and shit. And like, I mean, that's the whole rumor, and everyone always told it, and he even told it too. Like he was like wasn't shy. You know, I remember I was about 14 when I asked him, 13, 14. And I'm like, "Is that true? That shit really happened to you?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that shit really fucking happened."
It's been painful as shit, man.
You know. And you know what everyone, including my mom's logic always was, is it's better to tell the boys and warn them, you know, than not. Nice, thank you. I've been wanting to go get that for a minute, but me and Morgan don't shut up. Mom says
how's
hi.
it going?
He says hello.
Hi.
Nice, dude. I've been meaning to go get this, bro. I got an ice cold crush. It's been in the freezer. I've been thinking about it for like half an hour now, dude. I'm thirsty as shit. But we keep talking because
hopefully it's not frozen.
No, it's still a little squish. I mean, it's been in there since just before we started, so it's been in there for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was going to say,
so I'm going to test it.
There's another thing. So Black Mamba. Fuck, this movie's kind of brilliant. Mm-hmm. She has this trick. This is the reason I brought up like the broken cock thing. So she can do this trick with her like vaginal muscles in her legs where she
snaps it.
She can snap a guy's dick. Like
your mouth is saying one thing, babe, but your sweet pussy is saying something very different.
shit.
Like in half. She can do that. Like if a guy, I don't know, like just a revenge tactic, basically.
It's kind of like the scissor on the head thing where they go. With the legs, but it's like the vagina fucking dick snap.
Yeah, she's she can do that.
Dude, so I got a question for you. Black Mamba. Okay, so does she have to be black, or would that be racist to have her black?
No. She's a white brunette.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was almost thinking, what if she is a black? And people might go for this too. Because what if she is a black girl? The boyfriend, the guy she's trying to kill, is white, and then the couple that she gets with is white also. So then the black girl, even though she's the crazy Black Mamba girl, she's trying to kill white people. People might like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, just you know how some goth girls are so fucking hot. They're just like
totally, dude.
They've got that look about them. That's what I'm basing it on. She's got like a goth look, and she looks
Pale skin, dark eyes, for sure.
She just
Dark hair.
she has malevolence all over her face. Like when she's not smiling, she looks like she's ready to kill someone. She's that malevolent, but she's also really sexy.
Oh yeah, no. Even when she's smiling, she looks like she wants to kill somebody.
Yeah.
A real like.
And she's like
real shit.
She's like a sexual scientist. She knows how to satisfy a guy. She can make it a mind. She can give a guy like an aneurysm or a heart attack.
She's a sexologist.
Yeah. So what do you say we get into season? Is it season 2, episode 3?
Holy cow!
They're dogs and cats smarter than Cory and Trevor.
Yes, and that is it. Dogs and cats smarter than Cory and Trevor. That shit's so funny. I mean, it starts out with Ricky sitting there arguing with the guys at the joke. Remember, they got the Airstream.
Yeah.
So they got the Airstream from Leahy, so they're gonna grow dope in there. Dude, it's like a Slurpee, bro. It's like half slushy at the same time. It's fucking great. Anywho, and Ricky's all mad now because they want 20 pounds instead of, I think what they wanted was 10 pounds or something. And fucking Ricky's like, dude, I can't just do that. I can't just get you more. And it's fucking Jillian grabs the phone from him and he's like, yeah, no problem. We got it. Everything's under control. Psh. And I thought it was so funny. Ricky's sitting there, and then it's the part where it cuts to him talking to the camera, and he's like, Julian just thinks he can, like, throw around some money, and the magical grandmother fairy of weed will fucking just give us more weed, you know? Like, it doesn't work like that.
And Bubbles is like,
All right.
Ricky doesn't think like everybody else. He can only handle one thought at a time. You throw 2 or 3 thoughts at him, it's a fucking train wreck.
It's a fucking train wreck. Yeah. Oh, dude. And there's so they want them to go to a warehouse, which is totally just a storage center, a storage unit. They want to go to the warehouse because they want them to steal some stuff. Because what are they trying to get? Are they trying to get more plants, more gear? Is that what it is? I think they're trying to get more gear or something because they want to produce more, right? To meet the 20-pound mark. But fucking so. Julian's sending Ricky off with him, and they're sitting there talking about how dumb they are, and I just thought it was so funny, like the way Bubbles said it. And that's when Ricky's like, "Yeah, I know, cats and dogs smarter than Cory and Trevor." It's over at fuck Bubbles, and Bubbles is like, "Cory and Trevor are fucking dumb."
But I mean, Julian should have known better than to send fucking Cory and Trevor. Those two are fucking dumb.
You know, like, I just thought that was so funny. And then they go out to the unit, and then they set off Cory and Trevor set off that alarm, and then fucking Ricky goes in there, and it's so funny, dude. He's going there with the gun, and all of a sudden you hear the gun shot off and him scream, and you realize that he shot himself in the fucking foot. Ricky shot himself in the foot. Like it's like the 4th or 5th time he's been shot already in the series, but it's the first time it was by him. He shot himself, And he gets all mad at Cory and Trevor cussing them out. And remember when they pull back up and Julian's like, what the fuck happened to your foot? And, you know, he's like, I got shot. He's like, who shot you? It doesn't matter who shot me. Because he didn't want to tell him I shot myself. You know, it doesn't matter who shot me. These two were fucking around. Dude, they're screaming at each other about just when he's got shot. And fucking remember, he's like, "Give me your T-shirt. Give me your," just fucking ripping Trevor's T-shirt off. Oh, how about when they were sitting there earlier, dude? Not to cut you off again. How about when they're sitting there earlier and fucking Cory and Trevor are talking and fucking I can't remember what he's saying at first. What they're talking about, and then Corey's like, just while they were yelling, so it's right there at that time, and he goes, yeah, and Ricky's always hard with Trevor, dude, and I ain't playing that no more.
I don't know. I don't want to be all sentimental and gooey and stuff, but I love them guys, man, and I think they sincerely love us too.
Julian was right. I mean, if any shit goes down, Trevor and Cory be the ones taking the heat, not us. That's why we usually work with Trevor and Cory, because they go to jail instead of us, which is perfect.
Check it out, dude. What's up, Jules?
Hey.
This will keep it pretty dry and stuff, but it's best to keep some extra clothes just in case you fall in. Yeah, man, I fell in. It's pretty bad.
Julian, this is fucked. I don't want to fall in the sewer with these dickweeds.
Ice cream! Ice cream! Yo, Ricky!
What you guys deserve for that?
Tripped him up with a hockey stick, no big deal.
It's gotta be here somewhere, Cory. What was the street we were looking for?
Dude, man, I don't fucking know. He just said it was like a blue warehouse and shit. There's like 8 of them over there, dude.
You can't fuck this up, Cory. Shit. What was I just talking about?
What?
The stupidest thing is the people that make the bank machines, they don't even check with the people that make the doors. All they have to do is make the door smaller than the bank machine. You can't get the bank machine out.
Dude, I don't care how we do it, but we're going on a cruise, man. It's all about ladies, dude. Ladies.
We're gonna have to come back and get this because I still gotta do my laundry.
Yeah, man, let's rob the laundry, man. Shit. They got quarters and loonies and stuff. That's fucking dope idea.
Do you have any tube socks? Oh, fuck, man, that's what I was looking for. We can help you grow dope, man. We got your back.
Yeah, man, what's up? I can.
Let me get something straight, okay? I'm not growing dope. You guys know nothing about this dope growing equipment. Do you understand me?
That's cool.
Do you understand me, Trevor?
This guy's just drunk. He's not really causing any problems. It's those two guys right there stealing the cards.
Get him.
I didn't do shit. No, I didn't do shit. Oh, Jack, looking bastard.
No, Frank, no.
I can't see.
No, man, this is cool. What? Ricky.
We don't do these things for ourselves, man. We did it for him, and then we got played. And that's disrespectful, man. And it's cold. And he's hard on Trevor, too, man. And I don't play that. I'm not playing that shit anymore.
Thanks, man.
I ain't playing that shit.
Yeah, that shit was funny. That's fucking. These kids are trying to be hard all of a sudden. You know, this episode does have one of my favorite Cory and Trevor moments, and it's coming up. We'll get to it in a minute. I just wanted to mention that it's one of my favorites. So when we get there, we'll know it's coming. Just hang in, stay tuned.
I know there's a scene with Randy Leahy and what is it that they got settled? I think Randy had just been promoted to weekend supervisor, and
yep, at the election. Remember at the election, he became weekend.
yeah,
He got arrested. Yeah.
I don't recall what was established in that scene, but I do remember them telling Trina not to hang out with Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. And
Trina pulls up. So this is where we get to meet Trina, which is Leahy's daughter, and played by a young Elliot Page. Ellen Page, but Elliot now. Which is so funny. Something Ricky says kind of made me chuckle tonight for the first time when he's sitting there talking about her, and he's like, you know, it's kind of amazing how good she turned out. That's what he says. How good she turned out with Leahy, you know, as her dad. And I think about now, and I'm like, well, poor little Ellen Page grew up to now think she's a boy, and have some operations and cut her parts off and do different things, and it's just kind of like, well, fuck, maybe Leahy did screw her up as a dad.
Made her wear that dress.
Right? Yeah, that dress was, oh my
It's
God.
a corny dress,
But that's what happens. She shows up, so we meet her, and Barb drops her off and says, I thought it would be good for you to, spend some time with her. And that's what that is. And so that's when they tell her to stay away from them. But of course, she goes right over to hang out, and everyone's kind of being a little snooty to her because it's Leahy's daughter, but Ricky is nice, which is funny. I mean, Ricky's always been kind of cool with kids, and he's always done shit with kids, and around the kids, and the hockey school camp, and what was it, when they were shoveling dirt, and then shit, and then what was the other thing he did with the kids? Fucking stealing barbecues. He's always helping the kids with businesses and sports. He's a good guy. Hey, I don't see anyone else in the park fucking doing it. All right, so everyone says fuck you guys. All right, leave Ricky alone, dude. At least he's trying. You may not.
It's either that or they end up being bottle kids,
Well, most of them end up being bottle kids. I have this theory that I want to believe was established somewhere, but it may not have been. That Ricky and Julian were the first bottle kids.
It might have been, yeah.
And I feel like I feel like in the animated series, because there's a part where they're kids. There's an episode, I think, or two. It might be just one episode where they're actually kids, and it shows where they meet Bubbles and everything. He's a little kid getting picked on, and we'll get to that because since we're doing it all in order, you know what I'm saying. So that includes all the animated.
Wasn't the that's the animated series? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the animated series. So we will cover those episodes too. So when we get to it, we'll discuss it. But I could have swore the first bottle kids are shown in that, and it might not have been in the boys. I'm just like, but anyway, we know that Trinity was a bottle kid. Along with some of the other hockey kids were bottle kids. And I fully believe that if the show continues, Mo, let's pretend even if the show didn't continue, in the fictitious reality of Sunnyvale Trailer Park, Mo would grow up to be a bottle kid for sure if he lived there.
Yeah,
that's just the rite of passage for all the kids in that park. Everyone, you probably wouldn't be considered one of the kids from that park unless you did bottle kid. I bet you J-Rock and T were bottle kidding with fucking them way back in the day. Yeah, it's a rite of passage.
So are we at the scene where Ricky does not another monologue and he says, "I don't know what I'm trying to say." He ends up what he's saying.
Oh yes, he's sitting there and he's talking and I can't remember how it starts, but he's talking about how they say that Julian's a smart one and he's a dumb one and da da da. And he goes, but I'm smart too. I'm just smart in different things. Like what does he say?
Grown dope.
I think he said, what did he say? Like hockey and growing dope. I'm smart in different things, like and knowing hockey and growing dope. And Julian's smart in things like knowing how to say things and explain things clearer to people and knowing the definitions or something. And they start saying something and goes, fuck, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I am smart.
Well, I don't know who's telling you Julian's the brains of the operation, but I mean, we're both the brains of the operation. He's smart, I'm smart. We're smart in different ways, I guess. Like I'm smart, like playing hockey and doing things like growing dope now, and he's smarter when it comes to clear thinking and explaining things to people, and that's why we're a good team, because I'm good at the hands-on applicatory stuff, and he explains things in a clear kind of way, and when he talks, for fuck's sakes, I'm having trouble talking to you, but I am smart.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and then so then it moves on, and they're geared. Oh, that's what they were getting from the storage. They're getting equipment because they're throwing the party. J-Rock's licensed crib. Yeah. So J-Rock's licensed crib is the big thing that we're doing in this episode.
Throw your hands up, throw your hands up, oh yeah! Throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, oh yeah!
So they're getting that set up. So they get J-Rock in the rock pile, start setting up. They're going live tonight. And then they ended up eventually tasking Cory and Trevor with, finding guests, people to come. Anyway, let's see. Trina, come by again. Here, matter of fact, where's my sheet? Okay, so there we go. Getting the weed. Trina showing up, talking to the rock pile, and J-Rock getting ready to send him off. Randy and them talking. Oh, no parties. That's right. He's telling them no parties. It's when Randy tells him that. They're there with the van to get the shit. He sends Ricky down there. Dogs go off with the fucking shit. Shoots himself in the foot. That's where Trina shows up as they're outside, and Ricky's telling her to be nice. Oh, and then he sends her down to fucking with her money to get him some chicken chips, pepperoni. He's like, yeah. She's like, hey, I'm going on a store. You got or something like that. Fucking, oh yeah, when you're down there, give me some chicken chips and pepperoni. And then later on, if you remember, fucking, he gets all mad because Ray ate his pepperoni, and he goes. Ray, he's all fucking. Ray thinks he ate my pepperoni, but little does he know that now I just got to send her back down there and have her buy it with her and spend her own money. So he's not eating my pepperoni; he's eating some little girl's pepperoni, because he's gonna eat it. Yeah. Even though Ricky's gonna eat it. All right, yeah. So that goes right into the cribs. So the licensed cribs kicking off, and fucking.
Yeah. Julian asked Cory and Trevor where they put those flyers, and
this new bar, it just opened up.
Yeah, dude, it was dope. We were dancing and shit. We had a great time, man.
What was the name of it?
It was an empty closet.
Empty closet. You guys don't have a clue, do you?
What?
Well, that makes sense.
Closet.
Yeah, Bubble starts off. He goes, well, it was me who first noticed that there was just a lot of guys here. Like, they're all dressed nice and smelt good, and it showed it looking around the room. And it's just a bunch, dude. It's just a bunch of well-dressed fucking gay dudes. It's obvious, right? And he goes, Sarah was the only girl in the room, But it's funny. They keep glancing over, and there's these two transsexuals.
Cross-dressers. Yeah.
Well, cross-dressers. There we go. That's what they were. I wouldn't call them.
And Julian meets them when they're with. Cory and Trevor. What's your name? Chantal.
Yeah.
So, who are the ladies?
Oh, this is Chantal.
Chantal.
How you doing?
Friend Julian.
Chantal.
Nice to meet you. These guys are great guys, by the way.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Julian.
Right. Thanks, you too.
But if you watch the fucking before, but Cory and Trevor are dancing with him. Cory's like doing like a fucking hump move and shit. But he's doing it super fast, and Trevor's, and then fucking, that's later on. That's, hey, where'd you take that? Oh, to a new club called the Empty Closet. Julian's like, you have no clue, do you? And they're like, what? And he's like, hey, these are some great guys. And then fucking it kicks they're like, how about that? We got the only chicks here.
Revenge by like trying to play up the whatever appeal they had for the cross dressers. He's like, they're good guys. He's like, he wants to be sure that they end up having sex with them.
Hey, how about what they're saying on the couch afterwards?
I didn't. Did you do anything?
I didn't do anything.
Did you do anything?
No, unless you did. I didn't.
No, I didn't. If you did, I don't know. I mean, but even if he did do something, I think technically, like if the girl did something to you and you didn't do it back, like you didn't really do anything.
They're sitting there, and fucking Cory's like, if someone does something to you, but you didn't really do it to them, like it's not really like the same thing, And then like they're looking at each other, and it's like, well, because like I didn't really do anything. Did you do anything? And he's like, no,
It's all about ladies.
Yeah, and that's the moment that I realized and established that they banged those trannies. They
Yeah,
banged those cross-dressers, dude. They totally did. I don't know if they were pitching or receiving. I want to imagine that they pitched, you know? I do.
no, they
I
caught
want
because he said let them do something to you, so they must have
I
been catching. Yeah,
I took that as a blowjob,
yeah, it could be. Yeah,
you know? Corey got a blowjob from the cross-dresser, but found out that they had a wiener and just either went with it, but just didn't do it himself, you know, and then maybe pitch the rod a little bit. Who knows? Or maybe that's all it was. Maybe they just got Hummers or something, you know, and fucking I don't know, dude. Who knows? But I mean, yeah, if if they banged them in the ass, bro, they're not really gay. They just
yeah,
those are chicks, right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what they want you to believe in America and in the world now. So I mean, hey, I guess Cory and Trevor were just ahead of the times.
Yep, exactly. If they had accepted it, they probably would have gone laid on the regular.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Then this is when Randy shows up, and he's like busting the party, and he convinces Julian to, close it down, and he'll let the cops go away, and they can keep the profits for the bar and everything. And so they do. And then there's Ricky with Trina again, just chatting. That's where he says that it's funny. She's a pretty good girl for being Leahy's daughter, and I'm just kind of like, I mean, she was at that time, but Ellen Page sure fucking veered the car left, man. I'll tell you that much,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And then I think. Oh, is Ricky dating Sarah? Ricky's dating Sarah right now, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Because at one point, I think it was Julian approached the car when he and Sarah were sleeping in the back seat.
Yeah, they're asleep right here in the back seat, and I think Ricky and or Julian and Bubbles get in the front seat and start to drive off, and that's when Cory and Trevor walk up and ask if they got any Jimmies.
Do you guys get any Jimmy hats?
No.
Man, that's alright though. Thanks, man, for the hookup tonight. That's dope. The only two ladies in the place, man. Hey.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
See that, and that's what makes me lead me to think that they actually banged and got not just a blowjob, because they went looking for condoms, and so they already had it in their mind that they were going to bang. So either what happened is they found them, or they raw dogged it. And if they were going anal, if even if the cross-dressers tried to play it off and said, no, I only take it back door, they might be like, okay, well, shit, I guess I don't need one then, because you can't get pregnant that way. At least to my knowledge, you can't. I've never heard of a chick pooping out a baby, but I do like to tell children sometimes. Oh yeah, I remember when your mom pooped you out.
Obviously, maybe the reason why Sarah was always disrespecting Ricky after season 2 is because, like, she was willing to live in a fucking car with him. Like, she just she threw her whole lot in, and he didn't appreciate that. Decided to go back to Lucy. So maybe that's
dude, that blows my mind. I would have kept the shit out of Sarah, but as we've already established,
he's not right.
Well, we got a little thing here for Sarah.
yeah.
I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light.
This is a very pro Sarah channel right here, baby. Very pro Sarah show. And that's where it ends out. Oh yeah, it ends with Cory and Trevor talking about how, well, if they did something and you didn't, blah 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 blah, and that's where the episode ends.
Was Sarah in season 2?
Sarah, well, she's right there, laying in the back seat with Ricky, and she's.
Sorry, I meant to say Lucy.
Oh,
Was
Lucy.
Season 2?
I haven't seen her. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen Trinity.
Yeah, I think they were both out of the picture at that time.
Yeah, they were out of the park, I guess. Yeah, because they're not in this episode. Here, hold on. I'm skimming the whole thing. I went all the way back, and I'm going all the way forward again. Yeah, not here. Let me go back. Hold on. Let's check the other. Let's see here. Episode 2. Jim Leahy is a drunk bastard. That's the election episode. No, I want to say no. She is not in that episode. That episode's all them dealing with Leahy drunk and having the fucking the election, and then the big speech. She's not in that one. And then season 1, what in the fuck happened to our trailer park? Yeah, no, she's definitely not in that one, because that's just going home, seeing the park fucked up. Sarah's living with Ray because her and Lucy stopped living together. Lucy moved out of the park. I think she even says it right there. And then Ricky gets a job at the mall doing security, collecting cards. The little mall fiasco with Bubbles happens, and Cory and Trevor stealing the radio. And freaking, yeah, that's basically it in that episode. Yeah, so no, they're not hearing any of these. And no, yeah, I'd say no. The next episode, a dope trailer is no place for a kitty. I don't think she's in that one. Oh, episode 5, the Bible Pimp. That's one of my favorite. It has arguably, hands down, my favorite Bubbles line that he says to anyone, response. And no, I'm fighting all urge to sell it now. We will wait. So everyone, make sure you tune in for when we do episode 5. Because you'll get to hear it right here. I love it. 6, no. 6 and 7, Bear Pimp Project. Never trust a man with no shirt on. That's when they switched the Maple Lake Road signs. One Bonneview. Yep. No, they're definitely not in this. There's Trinity, season 3, episode 3. If I can't smoke and swear, I'm fucked. But that's where they're putting the patch on together. I think that's where she comes back. She comes back for the first time right there.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe Lucy's not in 3 or much in 3 either. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, let's count the glorious episodes with no Lucy. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We've had 3 glorious episodes with no Lucy.
Yeah, peace and quiet.
I'm gonna put a big 3 on the screen with a bing or like a hallelujah or something.
Lucy, she's a trailer park hoe.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Well, we're at an hour 45 now, so I think put out a good wad this week.
Fuck yeah,
Show.
That's just the fucking way she goes, huh, buddy?
Way she goes.
That's the way she goes. That's the way she goes? That's right. That's the way she goes. That's what I said.
Fuck off. We got work to do.